All right. Audio's looking good. All right.
Everything's running right.
All right. Anyone watching, thanks for joining in. This is the stream portion of what's going to be uploaded on Lethal Toad MMA. Our UFC breakdown for UFC China, Johnny Walker taking on the Mountain Tiger, Zhang. So we always like to catch up, shoot the shit a little bit, do like a little diagnostics, and make sure that we're good. So we're going to hit the offline or the local recording, and in traditional fashion, you'll know when we go live. It's a universal thing at this point. So, all right, I'll wait until you give me the okay real quick here, Lethal. Before we do the breakdown, I had something to show you. I wanted to wait for your authentic reaction, so I didn't spoil it. All right?
How cool it is. Like, whatever you're going to show me, you fucking could have shown me ages ago, but you waited, so...
I waited, yeah. It's going to make
I'm
you
excited.
sad. It's going to make you sad. It made me very fucking sad. You'll see why, so... All right. Yeah, let's do it.
3.
No, that's not how we do it.
It's when you blow the smoke. It's a billy, like a logger pot. Watch how fast I am.
Holy shit!
Wow. That was a monster. And I didn't die. I was going to put money one of us were going to die during that one, because sometimes I haven't died yet. I can feel it, but I'm not going to submit to it, brother. I'm not submitting
like episode
to it.
like 1 or 2 or whatever that was, but yeah, holy shit. Welcome back, everybody. This is UFC Fight Night. Walker versus the Mountain Tiger, Zhang. UFC China. And don't sleep on the co-main event. That's actually a wonderful stylistic matchup between Brian Ortega and Aljamain Sterling. And following that one up, you got the death touch himself, Sergey Pavlovich, hoping to come back on another knockout streak and use his hands. Waldo Costa kind of surging in the division. He's taken a lot of those fights that, I don't know. He's had to survive those tough waters on the feet with someone like Despain, and, you know, maybe he's going to have the on-the-ground approach too. So, without further ado, this is Lethal. I'm Toad. Take it away, brother. How you feeling about this card? And let's just quickly recap last week. How'd we do?
All right. G'day, everyone. It's Lethal from Lethal and Collectibles, man. I'm with my boy Toad. I'm going to tell you what. Last week, I was nearly raped in the ass. Now, everyone can sit back and all these stupid fake parlays and that. I did a competition last week. There were 15 people that were involved in that competition. All people that fucking are UFC fans, right? You saw the fucking entries. There's no shit. No one even got fucking close.
Because the dog shit
no one even got close. Like, what a destruction. Again, I've said it to you. I posted it. Thank you, Tim Elliott, for my missus cooking me food that night, because I was going without fucking dinner without that beautiful submission. I knew that. I'm going to say this. Tim Elliott, you fight every style of fighting. I saw you go from English boxing to capoeira, to jiu-jitsu, to karate wide stance, back to like, wow. And when I did DM you, I did DM him and thanked him actually. I did, and I shared the post with him. And I didn't know his martial art was called Awkward MMA.
Yeah.
So
I actually owe him a big fucking thank you also, because I went all in on the idea that the main event was going to be within the distance, and so I had it parlayed quite a bit, and I hammered it quite a bit. Mostly fight not to start round 5, so I had that extra payout. But by the gods, I saw the line with Tim Elliott the submission at plus 900, the second round submission at plus 2500, and said that shit a little disrespectful. And so we included it in a quick cycle parlay, which had Mikkel by knockout and Scherzer within the distance, which thank God I didn't hit him by knockout. That would have lost. He ended the fight with a submission. So yes, Tim Elliott, the biggest leg of that, paid me out, took care of me. It didn't matter how good or bad the rest of the card went. Pretty early in the night, I already knew that we were cooking. So I'm glad you were able to hit that as well. And props to Lethal. We've been on an absolute fucking tear week after week. I want to say we're in that like 9 out of 12-ish range or so with our picks, if not sometimes even better. So the consistency of this for the months and months we've done this. I've been here with Lethal. We will agree to disagree, and at the end of the night, we pretty much will even out, and that says a lot because I was just in a competition with like 20 cappers and other enthusiasts that do this shit all day long and bet quite hard, and yeah, we ended top 5. I ended top 5. So if Lethal's right here keeping up with the picks, then that goes to show you guys that we do our due diligence and some research here and there, but a lot of it's fight recollection and knowing how those styles collide and who's weak to what. So good job there.
I sit back as well and tell everyone that do follow us, bro. Mate, I am not going to spruik anything, bro. I'm going to sit back and go, yes, I broke even, but man, you guys last week because Kai Zakura raped my ass. Right, I had DDP, and again, I'm done following any fucking of these fucking new fuckers coming into the fucking UFC. Pico went to hospital for 6 fucking weeks. Like Patchy Mix, Pico, Pitbull. The only one that's doing it right now is RDR. So I'm just done. I'm sticking with the best in the world, and the best in the world belong in the UFC. And I'm going to go from now. I'm not following the hype. I'm not doing it.
Do you know what's funny, Lethal? I feel like a big part of the reason why I was okay with Lauren Murphy this last week wasn't because he's some guy who goes out and puts on the performances like he just finished Pico with. We don't see that from him. He's not that kind of fighter. He's we talked about it. He's strategic. He's a point fighter. He fights off the back foot. We took Lauren Murphy especially, or why am I saying Lauren Murphy? Lerone fucking Murphy. That's a good mix up there, right? What the fuck's this card? I thought I ordered a fucking Lauren Murphy 1 out of 1. Oh, shit. It's lucky. Now, listen, Murphy was plus money. We combined the idea that all these guys show up and don't look good coming into the UFC jitters, UFC curse, whatever you want to call it. But it made me so much happier to see plus money. I said, yup, given what's going on, I don't care how fucking good you've been. Show me what you do in the UFC and I'll believe in you. We gave Pico some flowers, but that's how we ended it. Show me what you can do and we'll believe in it. He's actually going to come back and win quite a few matches in the UFC, I reckon. And it's because when he is fucking on, he has really, really good pressure. But Murphy had countered that shit executionally perfectly. Like, he timed that step-in spinning elbow. You couldn't have done any fucking better than that. And the placement was flush. Just got to say, not a big fan of the guy, but he's going to probably get a title fight next. So it is what it is. I actually would agree that Murphy deserves it more than someone like Mavzar, because Mavzar ain't fighting, and he's just I wish there was a paradigm where Mavzar and Sarukian were in the same weight class because they would supposedly fight each other, but I think they would just disappear for years and years and years, and finally we would stumble upon them jerking off together, because these guys are not fighters. They're on the roster and they try to have their the perfect fights for them, the inconvenience timing of their opponents in some cases, not so much with Sarukian, but Mavzar is very bad with this. Like, he would not take the rematch with Diego. And it's because Diego initially only had like 7 days notice. So I'm going to quit my rant there. But yeah, I say, Gratz Murphy last week again. Sure, give him the title fight, better than Mavzar at this point in terms of activities. So, All right, before we get into this card, anything you want to kind of comment on or recap on that for me before we wrap that up?
Look, one thing only. Everyone in the world has been talking about how boring the fight was and Hamza dominated. No one's actually sat back. I think I'm going to be the only one that all this sit back and go, yeah, we all watched that. But did anyone in the world see DDP not get submitted while he was getting raped? Hamza was raping him for 25 minutes and DDP never tapped out and he never got raped. Everyone needs to talk about how DDP even survived that 25 minutes. So I'm going to say this, DDP. Everyone gets raped by Hamza. You're the only one that got raped for 24 minutes and actually never got raped, brother. Well done, DDP. You survived the onslaught. They were booing at the end of that fucking thing. I thought it was a magnificent fucking show of dominance. I've never seen anyone only have 1 minute on the fucking feet and 24 minutes of destruction on the ground. But what I will say is that fight did end, not by fucking finish. It ended, and DDP literally survived a prison gang rape in Chechnya and walked out with his ass intact. So well done, DDP, because not many people survive the war, brother. Not many people do, and you did for 24 minutes. You did for 24 minutes on that ground. You were fucking gang raped, and he never got his dick in ya. He never got his dick in ya. You stood up every fucking round.
New drinking game. For every time Lethal says rape, you gotta drink a fifth. All right. You're dead. All right, so wrapping up that one too, it is impressive with the duration of time that Hamzat was able to hold down DDP, but man, did I truly believe when I saw the game plan for the first 3 rounds and the fact that DDP was surviving. Eventually Hamzat would tire, eventually DDP would scramble and maybe start finding a way to stuff the takedowns that had lost some steam. It just didn't seem like it mattered at all, and it's because it was one-way pressure. DDP did not do anything to tire or fight back in that fight. You know what I mean? It was a very one-sided ordeal, and Hamzat was able to just say all gas, no brakes, because what am I braking for? So that's wrapping up that one. 319.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. Yep. It was a one-off experience. But let's get on to this week.
Yeah, this week, again, I'm excited for the top 3 fights on the card more than the rest of it, to be honest, and these obvious reasons, right? Higher rankings, you got an interesting rising sensation in Mingyang Zhang, and we know where we're at in the world, and we know who we're against. Johnny Walker's always one of those guys that you're just going to say distance no, because he's either going to go out there and get cracked or have a Paul Craig moment that all of the fans of his are waiting for, where we're like, holy shit, boys, we're the ones cracking. Yeah, get him. You know, it's almost like we're all surprised. Like, oh, man, it's Johnny Walker. Yes, there's a chance he gets it done this way because his opponent has far been proven at the top level like Walker has, where at least he's had the honor of getting his ass cracked at a high level as well. But, man, I look at Zhang, I look at the intention he throws, I look how kind of tough the guy is, and his first dominant love in the world of MMA was actually through his grappling, funny enough. So we got parts of this guy we don't get to see because he's been finishing a lot of his fights in the first round by knockout. So he's kind of like Tom Aspinall's little homie over in China at the light heavyweight division, because he's another guy who's getting it done with his striking in a first round. We haven't seen all the tool sets at a UFC level quite yet. So, you ready to get into this one?
Yeah, look, mate, only time I've ever seen him and really knew his name, like, I knew he was in the, he beat Brendan Ribeiro. I'm just looking at the stats now, but I do remember one fight, brother, and that is definitely, Anthony Smith. That was the day that the UFC signed his death warrant. All good. Bad day. Still respect the Lionheart, love his guts, man. I always liked his shit. I still think he should have taken that illegal knee to the face. Anyway, back on track.
Yeah. Here we go.
Look, are we starting from the top and going at the bottom? My outtake is, look, I need to see the Johnny Walker that first came in. Since he went to Ireland and trained with Sean Kavanagh and got married and lives there, he sort of, and point fighting and the 3 TKOs, I don't know. His brother's on a rise, though. Inspiration from him. He might come out and be inspired by his brother and just go bang. We don't know, but if it's the new Johnny Walker or not the old Johnny Walker, that's another discussion.
We're going to start from the prelims just because I think in building this thing out, you know, it'd be really nice to have some people really ride with us, but I will keep us on track in terms of going fight to fight this time, guys. So we're going to rip through this one real quick. I don't think Lethal will have a lot to say on a lot of these fights, and I'll give you guys my honest opinions on what research I've done and what I think. So here we go. Starting on the first fight of the card, we got Dyer taking on Iran. It's kind of a... Dude, I'm not going to lie. This is a fight that, from a betting perspective, I'm not interested in it. It's another early fight. We got a lot to prove. I think Iran, you know, we're going to see a little hometown advantage on this card, I think, to be safe. I would do this if we were in Europe with a bunch of English fighters. I'd do this if we were in Australia with a bunch of Australian fighters. In the world of MMA, if you're really on a fence on a pick and you're like, well, more so this guy needs to prove it to me, if it ends up going to the judges, come on. It's been pretty much a proven recipe at this point. So if you're on the fence, there you go. You got Iran. This is a light heavyweight bout. To be honest, a finish is very likely to happen. I don't see this one personally going into the third round. I think we get a finish in the first two. I think Iran, he's got a very lethal combination. I mean, he's well-rounded. So this guy's got good striking. He can transition for the takedown. If he gets hit by a big shot, his training, you know, he's like fucking Super Saiyan to these folks. Like, he's one of these guys that literally just throws with fucking evil conviction. But yeah, they call him the gorilla, and it's because he gets a little wild, gets a little frenzy rolling here. So we know that Dira is, as you can see, it very top heavy. He's throwing with bombs too. I don't care how it happens, but I like from, if you were to like put a little sauce in this one, maybe fight round 3, no. Because again, I see there being a finish. But I'm going to go with Iran. Who do you got? And how do you see it going on?
Like you said, I did do my research today, so I did do a little bit of shit. Devar's last loss was against Ribeiro by sub. I've looked at his stats. I've seen who he's fought. I've got Iran winning this fight. I'm going to keep his last fight. He lost by decision to Martin Budai. He just got fucking axed for some stupid ass reason, but
yeah,
that's neither here or there right now. Martin Budai was 7-1.
It's because he was the blob and he's doing the standing control shit up against the edge of the octagon, and Dana doesn't like that shit. That's why.
I've written down, and MMA Jesus, who I know follows us all the time. You love my pad, brother. I've got my pad. I've written down my man. I've written down Iran by decision TKO. That's pretty much, and it was a nice, easy one.
Yeah.
I had to do research on it, but it was an easy research.
I think this next fight's cool. Su Young, we got coming in. We had a lot of promise on this guy, or at least, you know, we've been kind of expecting for him to have a surge in the UFC, like a really big breakthrough. Haven't quite seen it yet. And Long is a pretty fucking dangerous opponent. So I actually like this one because before doing a little bit more catch up on it, I was a little bit more stuck on it. It's like I know that everyone's kind of siding with you. He's tough. He actually throws. He's you know, with good combinations, good speed, and he's a good 15-minute fighter. This guy's pressure doesn't really kind of slow down any. He does keep it steady, but again, he's not having those significant knockdown moments and moments where he's going out just finishing his opponents that a lot of people have so much easier time getting behind a new prospect to, you know, a new face to UFC. But dude, from a finishing standpoint, I worry for him in this because Long Zhao is kind of a killer. He's a dangerous dude. So Yeah, anyone who's thinking, oh, the props say this guy's going to win 4-1, careful what you wish for, dude. Long can get it done just as much. So I want to hear what you got for me on this one, Lethal, and I'll give you my final prediction as well.
So you've picked Long to go on this one?
No, I think Yu's going to get it done, but it's like to spoil my prediction, I was just going to give you a chance of hearing your side first, but I'm saying I do respect Long to pull an upset in this. So from a live money standpoint, if the fight ensues, I'll probably look at it if he's losing that first round or so, because I still think Long has the chance of hitting the big shot to get it done by an upset.
Look, to be quite honest, like you said, there's many other interesting fights on this card. I'm only picking this, I only research this because I want to let our fans know that I love to do the whole, and you love it too, the whole legend party, right? We want to get the whole fucking village, every single fight. So, with that being said, with doing the research, I can see this fight going to decision. I'm going to go you on this. I'm not going Long. I'm taking the it's $1.73 to $2.11. It's nearly basically like it's a coin flip.
Yeah. And that's why I'm saying, like, for you, I'm not impressed with his props there. You know, if we saw at least like a plus 200-300, I'd probably sprinkle on him in believing that he has a shot at the upset. But I'm going to look at live props and wait for him to lose the first round. And then I see him maybe turning up with a big, powerful shot if he did finish it. But from a betting perspective, I'm all set on that one. But, yeah, I'm going to go with you. I think more times than not he wins the fight. All right, moving on to the next one. Got Weston Wilson. This could be our Tim Elliott of the week, brother. This could be our Tim Elliott with our big submission cash out. But he's going to be taking on Yiza, so I want to know who you got on this one. Run it through. Give me the breakdown.
So I threw this because I just look at the odds. And I had to remind myself who Yazid is or Yazoo. Like, he's got a goddamn fucking ninja name going on, right? So I had to go back and recap. And I recapped. And I don't know how Weston Williams, he's 10-1 in Australia, brother.
Wilson.
Sorry. Wilson is 10-1, right? In Australia. I'm fucking putting a couple bucks here.
I think anybody that understands fading the lines should understand that this is another one of those, hey, due to the props, it's a fight at the end of the day. Upsets do happen. These are props that you normally see when someone's getting their ass beat on a live prop after maybe 2 rounds, or someone's getting knocked down, they're bleeding. This is a fresh fight at the end of the day, and I know Wilson is a stranger in enemy territory here, but dude, he's got the ability, if this fight goes to the ground, to get a finish. I don't care what the fight looks like on the feet. Sometimes feet scrambles turn into ground transitions, and now all of a sudden Wilson has a big opportune chance on the ground. So at that prop, crazy, I'm waiting to see the Wilson submission prop go live, because again, we took Elliott at plus 900, and then I looked at the round props, and I like some of the round props. So we had a round 2 at plus 25. If you give me that shit on Wilson, I'm probably sprinkling it myself. So anyways, Wilson's not my pick for the obvious reason of me sitting here openly fading him and talking high price points for the low chance that he has in winning this. I just respect the fact that, again, if it goes to the ground, he has a chance, but otherwise, guys either is going to get the knockout or the decision. So
$16 to 1, Weston Wilson by submission.
Maybe it's updated for me then. That'd be sick. Yeah, I would play that. I would absolutely play that.
You put $10 on, get you $160.
Yeah, all day. That's a pretty good prop.
That's not a bad, just for a bit of fun and giggles, right? Just for fun and giggles.
I did put a hammer on a nice little 2-leg that I believe in, and I sprinkled already just at plus 750 for Wilson is the line that I saw him at. I wonder if I can withdraw that, because now he's plus 800 for me. Let's see, that'd be great. Yeah. Nope, I lose some money. It's fine. We'll keep it rolling. But yeah, funny to see the line increase even further at Wilson at plus 800. If we, I want to just check round props on him because I know it's going to be absolutely fucking batshit. And let's talk round props. If this lucky submission happens, first, second round. I knew that he had a lot of first round subs. I just wanted to verify. If we go into round prop submission combos, oh my god. Wilson by submission in the first 2 rounds, which is how it would happen, plus 2,200 rounds 1 and 2. If you wanted to get specific, Lethal, I just want you to know this. If you wanted to do non-round combinations and just do submission combos, let's do
6,100.
For what round?
61. I get for round 1 submission $61 to 1. $10 gives you $610.
Dude, we're only getting 35 to 1. You need to do that. Put something.
I will show you Weston Wilson. If you can see this on this camera at the top.
We can't.
Round
that's
1.
Fucking beautiful.
Sorry. That was a fucking TKO. Submission wise, fuck. I was so excited.
Okay. Yeah, I got him at plus 50,000 on that. I was like, bro, round 1 submission at 65 to 1, bro. You do actually need to bet on that.
So submission round and combo. Weston Wilson. No, straight. Fuck. $21 for round 1 or 2.
Yeah. So we have it at 22 here. So about the same prop, just a little better. Say something again. Your audio is fucked up.
$34 to 1.
There you go.
For a round 1 submission.
Yep.
In Australia.
I just verified on my end too. He's plus 60,000. No. he's plus 35,000. So yeah, good shit. Anyways, something worth considering. We'll move on. I think it's safe to say he doesn't get it done, but I will bet on it for that as a small upset, and maybe even consider throwing Yiza in a parlay or 2 just to offset, right? Because I don't think Wilson's getting a decision. I don't think he's getting a knockout. I think he gets it done on the ground if he's lucky. All right.
Next.
Yeah, moving up the card, we got Michael Pereira taking on Kyle Dawkins. Michelle, as we say. Michelle is a very interesting one. This guy can absolutely come out and fucking salsa dance, throw cartwheels, be a fucking clown, and get the job done. And he can also just go out, dance on the entire fucking walkout, gas himself out, and show up with actual clown shoes on and do cartwheels and flips and actually be a real fucking clown in the flesh. So it's always a coin flip of which version do you get. How do you feel he's going to do in this fight against Kyle? Because obviously we can all go, okay, you fucking clown. We at least recognize who you are, who you fought, and the fact you have been able to get done. We're more so betting on, does Michelle finish himself here? Because he is his own fucking enemy for the reasons I just described. But I want your advice on this one. How do you feel about
Look, I'm going to say this. Mikkel's got all the odds on his side, the bookies and all that going. He's going to come out dancing and finish Kyle Dawkins. Yeah. All right?
An unranked opponent. Where the fuck are they getting their opponents at?
Dawkins hasn't fought for a year. Do you know what? I haven't been a fan of his brother, but I've always been a fan of the Kyle Dawkins submission game. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with you, my brother. Okay. Kyle Dawkins has been out for about a year. Michael Pereira is I think he's on a fucking, let me check, mate. Before just tell me. He's not winning.
He's lost 2 in a row. His opponents, Abus Nurmagomedov and Fluffy. The Fluffy one ages wonderfully. It was a terrible fucking fight for him.
Yeah.
In the Abus fight, I honestly think that had he not been such a fucking clown in the opening 2 rounds, he could have maybe did his normal, I go out and I'm the finisher and I'm the person hurting people instead. Abus gets to show up, and I mean, this guy is good late in the fights as well. So he ends up getting the decision. Wasn't really competitive, but yeah, Fluffy, to no surprise, did finish Michelle. And to your point, Kyle's ability to grapple will make this one pretty interesting on the ground. But Michelle is also no stranger to jiu-jitsu, and he's got incredible stand-up when he's not being a fucking clown. That's my drinking game, everybody. Have a drink with me. I said clown for the millionth time. Have a drink. But, yeah, I just think the guy's got to fucking prove it to me. Well, your audio's fucking up. Move your shit around real quick. He's got to prove it to me. I got to be able to trust him at least one more time and coming out and doing his thing before I can really be all in on him. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Look, at the end of the day, Dorcas is my first long shot.
Yeah.
I'm taking Dorcas to win. He's at $3.23. I think Clown Boy is going to come out. I think he's lost. He had a moment. I don't know what he needs. Look, he's a beautiful man. He look at him. He looks like a goddamn action figure. He can fly around the ring. He can submit people. You would put him in a goddamn Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. But in the UFC, like you said, it's the gas tank. I don't know whether you want to be an action hero or a UFC fighter. I'm taking the comeback of Kyle Dorcas after a year. His brother's kicked out of the UFC. That might have kicked that would have hurt him. Yeah, so he's going to come in. Yeah, I'm going for a finish here by submission. But Kyle Dorcas is going to win this fight. He's my first long shot.
Nice. All right, we got moving up the card. We got Rongzu taking on Austin Hubert. Austin known for being tough. Never a good thing to be known for, unfortunately. Rongzu, I think, is going to go out and piece him up and see how tough he is, and at worst end up with a decision. How do you think this fight goes for you? Lethal. You went.
May look.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go for it. I wasn't sure if we were lagging. Cool.
No. I'm here. Look, I'm an Austin Hubbard fan, man. I watched him do his comeback. I watched him get back into the UFC. I love that. Look, the only way Austin Hubbard's going to win this fucking fight is by submission. All right, that's the way I look at it. I think Rongzu's going to piece him up. For my big, let's do the legend parlay, I've got to go with Rongzu. For a submission prop, I've got to throw in Austin Hubbard. I have to give him that submission prop. That's his bread and butter. Like he really, it's jiu-jitsu. He's not able to show much of it so far, or he has been, but he's really, really good. So, everyone, I'm going Rongzu on this one. But to throw in like the fucking prop on, who did we go to? The $9.50 dude.
Like Wilson.
Western, yeah. I got to throw a sub on that as well. So that one, and I got to throw a stupid $10 on the prop. I haven't seen it, haven't looked at it, but either or, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty nice prop at $10. It's 3-1 here in Australia, so $10 gets you $30.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I mean, odds are a little bit more respectful. Kyle by money line to play it extra safe is plus 220. It's still a moderate dog. Anything plus 200 is okay. But to your point, how is he going to get it done if he pulls the upset? Likely with this grappling. You can hit Kyle by a submission at plus 650. It was pretty good. And then if you go up to Hubert,
yeah,
he's also a plus 210 dog, which I think I would just take him as a money line personally myself. I'm not as confident he gets the submission upset if he was to pull it. But it absolutely smacks. It's plus 1700 hundreds. So teaches its own, dude. If you pulled one of these, you're gonna cake out and make up for 17-1 kind of payout. So it's a nice sprinkle on its own. If you parlay that with another one of these upsets and both were to occur and you had that shit hammered, that's some life-changing shit depending the sprinkle. So I'm not going to get that greedy. I think they're worth small sprinkles to their own degree, but nothing really too much given the level of opposition and where they're at and how they've been looking against their opponent. So again, I like Rongzhu's striking. Really nasty combination. He's got really good kicks, and I hate to see Austin be tough because I think Rongzhu is the kind of guy that actually won't allow him to be tough for too long. I could see us first, second round finish by Rongzhu. All right, and I think from here we've survived minus 2 or 3 more of these fights, just about the ones that you're like, cool, glad we got to see this guy fight. Now I know more about him because I'm still itching to get to the more exciting top of this card, which are definitely some far more familiar faces that we have all kinds of UFC resumes to kind of compare, opponents to compare, and so forth. So it's hard to get too excited on these guys, so they prove it a little more. And I don't care that they came out in the prelims of another card and beat another guy that filled in on 2 weeks notice and got a couple cheeseburgers from Dana White to do so. All right, moving up the card, pretty actually excited for this one, and that's kind of why I say it, right? I'm excited to get to this fight with Loner Kavanaugh taking on Charles Johnson. Johnson is kind of like every division's got a Neil Magny. Johnson is definitely doing his thing at flyweight. He takes all these up-and-comers that have all kinds of surging, prospect potential, power, whatever you want to say. These are future stars. Look at Joshua Van. He got finished by Johnson, and he still lined up to fight Pantoja. Johnson, when he's at the end of those punches, he's able to mix in his grappling, and he's kind of just, the way he moves his head works beautiful, and he makes these guys kind of tire out. Johnson is easily a 25-minute guy, but we're seeing him constantly at 15 minutes, and he knows the perfect gas pedal amount to keep himself active, but his opponent's tiring. So Loner, I think a lot of people are going to go Loner for the fact that this guy is part of that new generation where he's absolutely a fucking savage in the amount of power and torque that he can generate in his punches. He's not, in my opinion, quite on that same scale that I'm going to hold someone to like Wellmaker and Ilya. And those technicalities, I think, are both slight natural gifts combined with just, extreme practice and expertise. But, dude, Loner absolutely can drop Johnson at any point in this fight. But I expect if we go into a second, third round, Johnson's at least making it a 29-28 loss or victory on his behalf, because the guy, for the most part, it's not that easy to put out. So that's kind of my long extended, I think Johnson loses, but I like that he's a dog and he tests all these fucking new guys. What's your official pick and breakdown for me, Lethal?
Look, you sort of nutted in a hit. He's always reminded me of Neil Magny. Johnson's a great fighter. He's always been put up with tough tasks, though. You know what I mean? Like,
but he's always accepted them. So I respect. He's accepting it. He's not saying, "Oh man, put me up in rankings" or this and that. He's always like, "Sure."
So look, I'm going to go the young gun here. I'm going to go little Loner. Okay, I think dude, you know what? I want Johnson to win, but on a betting perspective, I'm not doing what I did last week. I'm not getting emotional, following fucking hype. I'm following what I know, my knowledge, this time. And this time, I haven't got Johnson going. This whole card, I'm picking it out of me, because last week fucking pissed me off. And this week, I'm going to do a lot fucking better. So, and why? Because no more emotion. No more listening to anyone else except my own fucking brain. And my brain is pretty cool at this shit. So, I've got Loner. I see it going to decision. Alright? I really do. If you go through Loner's, let's have a quick look. If you go through Loner's fights.
Last two were by decision. He won a nice contender left hook knockout. That's the thing that everyone got excited about him for. Is the way he just put out Ho.
And Johnson himself, he's done some pretty cool shit.
Yep.
You know, like the
Joshua Van knockout has got to be one of his highlights. That is so fucking. Because look how that ages, dude. Van can eat cereal
you know what?
for days.
That sort of changes everything. So I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna do it right here. Fuck that shit. I'm taking Johnson as my Michael Johnson, my Neil Magny, my fucking Salikov. Those three are my fucking greatest hits right now. If I had a that'll be those three which I fucking called at $5. Fuck this shit. I'm going with Johnson. I'm not gonna go the new fucking stupid fucking young kid. I'm going old school, and this is not feeling. Joshua Van is a pretty cool fucking thing to have on your fucking resume, dude.
Well, just look at the fact that Dana White, I don't know if he had a gun. I don't know if he had a fucking gun to Royval, but he basically said, dude, you need to go out for like 25 fucking... Was that even 25 minutes? No, that was a 15-minute fight, yeah? Royval and Van? I think it was a 15-minute fight. But anyways, doesn't matter. He told Royval, you are not allowed to fucking wrestle. You have to go out and punch Joshua Van and get Pantoja excited for the fact that they're going to see who can eat the most cereal. It's going to be a cereal eating contest on the feet because Pantoja loves that shit. And he's good at... Pantoja's smart. He will take Van down and choke him out. That's that fight in advance. But, dude, Van had a very fucking hard time against Johnson because of two things. Johnson, big range advantage. Johnson's quick, his movement, his range is beautiful. Johnson has a wonderful jab, but it's the fucking grappling. It's the ability to mix it, be a mixed martial artist. Not a boxer, not a wrestler, a fucking fighter. And that's where he persevered in that fight and broke Van down and set up that beautiful fucking uppercut. And I think a lot of people can eat shit all day long, jaw, side of the face, this and that. If you take it like a perfectly placed uppercut, it's the one-hitter quitter, and Johnson proved it, man. So it's not like Van was in the shadow realm, but we saw how tough Van is, so that's all I gotta say. It's just, well done, Johnson.
Johnson, all day. I've changed my mind, you changed my mind, Tone. You're fucking...
I was over here laughing to myself because I don't want you to maybe get this one wrong. Be like, all right, this is the third week now. No more emotional picks. No one changing my fucking mind. I'm just over here like, oh no, what did I do?
Johnson, all fucking day. You watch this shit happen. Boom, loaded, covered up.
If you were outside of money lines, because again, I haven't even looked quite yet, honestly, since today.
3-1 in Australia.
Oh shit, yeah, no, that's killer for Johnson. I'd take that. He's only plus 168 here. I'd rather, for myself, wait till the fight starts. Again, I want to see Johnson maybe lose the first round and then consider betting on him at plus 2 to 3 prop. Because if this fight goes into a third round, I'm sorry to say it, but Johnson is as live as any fighter on the fucking UFC roster in the third round. And he's proven that. Loner has not, so I want to see what we have here.
Boring man. Loner will fucking wrestle Johnson. He will have to catch him. It's like catching the hen. It's like a Rocky movie. You got to catch the chicken. Loner's going to have to try and catch the chicken. Johnson's like Michael Johnson. He's going to fucking run around and carve that shit up. I'm going my old school. I'm picking Johnson. I'm standing by. He's on my legend part.
Hell yeah. Let's
do the whole 12.
All right.
All right. Now,
moving up the card. We got Miyashite taking on Gage Young. I'm going to go... I've been back and forth on this one. I originally started with Miyashite, given the fact that he either comes out and looks really good or he's kind of questionable throughout the fight. And then I thought about again where we were in the world and said, yeah, I could see it. I could see China giving it to another China fighter. Why not? But it really depends how his grappling looks. Because Machete has a good threat on the ground when he's able to get it there. He's got good range and stature too. You know, he's fucking 6 foot tall. Has to be mentioned. At you know, the height advantage is good. His reach advantage good. But yeah, I don't know. Gage could pull a big fucking upset here with a finish. I could see Gage by a finish or Machete by a decision. I'm leaning Machete. Who you got for me, Lethal?
I'm going Gage.
Change my mind, bro. Change my mind.
No, fuck this shit. I'm going to change your mind right now. Anyone that's lost the Slava clause, which is Machete, correct?
But that's like an older Slava clause, right? You got to give flowers there.
That's lost the Slava clause. I'm out. I'm going fucking young because Slava clause sucks shit. He's really not good at that.
He didn't. He kind of like had his little fucking egghead cracked is what happened. Slava Claus, before he became Humpty Dumpty and fell off the wall and cracked his little fucking egghead, before that happened, he was actually a little gangster and everyone looked forward to his fights. He's kind of like Ribeski at first. Everyone's like, man, Slava Claus will be on the feet and put on a war. So I don't really discredit losing to someone like Slava Claus because he's going to bring that gunfight. Young, I don't think he's as reckless as Slava, but that's not to say that, again, if this fight goes to the ground, I'm having a much better feeling about Machete. The control time, I think, would get favored from a scoring standpoint by the judges a little more biasly as well. Oh, he was losing 3 minutes of this round, but he got a takedown all of a sudden. I could see judging being a little weird on this one, given the transition. So that's where I was kind of like, based on region, if this was in the United States, I'd take Young because I am confident that it looks good for him. But I'm worried for the moments that Machete has, the scoring could be a little fucked. And I could see a robbery here. That's kind of what I'm getting to. I could see a robbery here.
I'm going Gage Young.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just going Gage Young. I can't go past that. So, do you know how you have gatekeepers and they call Neil Mag top 15 gatekeepers, and being top 15 in the world is pretty fucking cool shit anyway, right? To be a gatekeeper of the top 15 is pretty cool. Slava Claus is the gatekeeper of the top 100. I'm all good with that, man.
Yeah. I'm going to go Machete, but I just wanted to expand on Young. I thought the fight with Elders, like the biggest saving grace I have for him, and believe in his ability to still get a finish and just be a fucking trooper. But I want to say, if it doesn't end by knockout for him, we're going to likely see this fight transition to the ground, and that's where I see Machete control time, ground and pound, threaten a sub, but more than likely gets decision. So that's where I got.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got. So, all right, moving up the card, we got. Expand the graphic for this. So yeah, we got Tella Lake versus Crosby. Dude, this is the Super Saiyan. I was kind of mixing it up earlier with Gorilla, although that guy gets a little reckless too, hunts his finishes. Gorilla's not who I had in mind. The Super Saiyan dude, he goes through the immense training. He's the one that I remember in my research watching this guy get amped the fuck up to go out, throw hard, pad work sounds good, but he's the one that I really believe in his transitions, his grappling as well. He's streaking. He's a big local favorite. Crosby, he'll make it a fight until he doesn't. But dude, I reckon this is going to be probably one of the highlight moments on the whole night right here. This guy, Super Saiyan.
Mate, I did do my research because, like I said, this is in China. I did do a bit of catch up. These are a lot of new guys because they've got their Chinese PI out there. So there's probably new people out there that even people watching haven't heard of. So really had to do some catch up on this one. Look, I even fucking YouTubed these fucking fights and shit. Wow, pretty exciting. I can see this being literally mainly an old. I parlay just on every Chinese fighter, just for fucking giggles. By the way,
Yeah, I like that.
every single Chinese fighter, yeah. So just for giggles. Hey, I wonder. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, back to the fucking question. I've definitely got fucking Super Saiyan coming out there and finishing this fight. It's got 91% fucking TKO rate.
Yeah.
He's finishing this fight. Is he going to be like, okay, I will say this with Kai Azakura. I'll quickly go back. You fucking were on fire in that first round against Tim Elliott. You know what I mean? I finish him in the first round.
Yeah.
You know, again, these guys come out. It's the ground control game. It's the wrestling. It's basically what we all saw with Chimaev and DDP. It's what can stop what, and this is why we love this sport, because we don't fucking know. But I'm taking fucking Super Saiyan because I'm a fucking white, and so are you. I'm taking the odds, the shitty odds. I have to go TKO because it's basically even money on my end putting in. But on my Super Parlay, my Super Saiyan Legend Parlay, I have to take the fucking Super Saiyan.
I like this one not to start round 3. It's negative 340. I think that's mega fucking safe, by the way, because I could see it just being a fucking nasty just exchange. You're covering yourself on both sides, but yeah, at the end of the day, Saiyan's not ever really leaving the first round. He gets his job done there. Now, if you took him by knockout for me, he's negative 150, right? So
someone at my door. I've just got to leave for 2 seconds.
You're
2
good.
seconds. There's
You're
someone
good.
at the door.
Go for it. Do it up. If you really wanted to like get a little salsa on that too, his knockout props negative 120 for 1 and 2. But again, round not to start round 3 honors both rounds, and you know this guy does have at least 1 submission on his record, so you cover your ass there. That's the biggest thing, right? But it's covering both sides as well, which, you know, I think Crosby, I mean, if you want to talk about dogs on this card, Crosby submission, I feel like a lot of dogs on this card are going to show up by submission if they do at all. So Crosby's like a pretty severe underdog for me. He's plus 320. If we did Crosby and submission combos, holy fuck. Crosby submission in round 1 and 2 plus 1900, and I think it's that. I don't think we're seeing a third round. If you thought so otherwise, if you could see like Crosby somehow winning and grappling and tiring Super Saiyan, then it's plus 2700 between 2 and 3. But yeah, submission prop, dude, at a submission prop for Crosby, just because it's another one of those could happen by a submission upset, he's plus 1300, so pretty fucking crazy. I was just mentioning that I think a lot of dogs on this card, if they do show up, it's an upset via submission. See a lot of these Chinese strikers having it done on the feet or getting, you know, drowned in the deep. So anyways, I'm going Super Saiyan. Like you said, I think he gets knockout. I'm going to take fight not to go to the third round because it honors everything I just said between the opposition of submission threats and the more than likely knockout and maybe slight chance of a submission from Super Saiyan himself. So, all right, moving up the card. Unless you want to recap any further on that one for me.
I just want to let everyone know, wasn't someone at my door. It was my dog trying to get outside for a piss, so I had to open the door. So just to let everyone know, it was my dog trying to get outside. But I'm going to get this ready for the next fight. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's go.
All right. We got moving up the card. We got Semadori taking on Kevin Borjas. I'm going to let you take it away, Lethal.
So, Kevin Borjas, man, last fight. Made good money off him last fight. It was a big dog. It was amazing. I was like, boom, he was around $2.70. So, what I do have here is a 3 of 10, Nacho, Kevin Borjas. Whoa.
Nice.
I have a 75, Kevin Borjas, which matches this one.
Nice. Good shot.
And I have this lovely Kevin Borjas. So we have all these Kevin Borjas here. So at the end of the day, I'm taking my boy, Kevin Borjas.
How do you
He's
think
going
he
to
gets it
burn the
done?
hype of Sumadaji. He's going to take Sumadaji's hype. It's going to be done. My boy's taking this fight. Kevin Borjas all fucking day. And he's a nice dog too, by the way. Where is he here on my stupid little pad? Kevin Borjas. $2.36. So
that's good.
$10 gets you $23.
In here, he's only a plus 136. So again, you seem to always have like better underdog props in most cases. I'd say our method props are pretty similar, but yeah, your just money lines are a little better for the dogs. I'm not gonna lie. I think his last one was very impressive because, yeah, let's just say what it is. Like he beat a pretty established guy in the UFC in terms of coming out and win sensations. And Kevin showed up. He did his thing. I do worry Sumidari's just kind of like the other fight I was comparing earlier in the card with Machate. I really do think that he's another one of these guys. It's like these Chinese fighters, they're good about mixing in their Chinese wrestling. I think it's well trained there. I could imagine them like all hanging out in the gym watching Khabib and Islam and the old goats of MMA being like, yeah, surely wrestling's key. And they implement it quite.
Look at Wang.
Yeah.
She uses wrestling now, man.
Yeah, exactly. Zhang Wei Li. So anyways, you got a lot of these wrestling heavy, you know, you got the Turtle. You got all these wrestling heavy guys that are just, they're doing good. They're winning fights. And I think Simidarji's one of these guys that's smart enough to say, hey, I know that I got to mix it to win these fights. And he's going to try to get it to the ground, try to go for the submission. But yes, I think Kevin's game. I think Kevin can shove that shit off. And he'll end up edging a decision out. I like Kevin here as well. But I am ever so slightly interested to see what Simidari looks like. Because if there's moments where he looks like he could have some of these chances and getting the fight to the ground and being able to keep it there, I might look at the live prop. I'm not going to lie. These guys have a chance. But man, I see, just in thinking of this, there's got to be at least up to this point 5 different sweats for a submission. 5 different fucking sweats for a submission all the way up to this fight, which is just crazy. And that's not including the co-main event between Brian Ortega and Aljamain Sterling. I think we're going to see a lot of submissions, brother. If we do, the dogs will be barking. It's either the dogs are barking and we're getting submissions, or the favorites are clapping and we're getting knockouts and decisions. That's just how I see it. So, anyways, you ready to move up to Sergey?
Dude, I'm just getting the props up for fucking LJ. Just prior. I'm just getting those props when we get there. So this is the shit, okay? Sergey, what a machine. Volkov has to take that Drago and give it to fucking Sergey. Because that is fucking Drago.
I do want to say, Lethal, the thing I was really heartbroken to show you correlates exactly with this fight. So I want to hear you taking your breakdown, but I just wanted to start this shit off with this.
I've never seen.
Do you see how that arrived? Do you see that bend in that card? You see that divot right there?
I see the bend too.
Yeah. This card is his Intimidators 7 out of 10. Intimidator.
Wow.
And it's like bloodshed. You see the cage, you see the blood. And it's an Intimidator's auto of Sergey. I wanted this card so fucking bad. And that's what happened to it in postage. So, very fucking heartbroken. But I just wanted, before we got into this card, this was the thing I told you at the beginning of the show that I wanted to show and tell you that made me sad. How do you feel about that, Lethal? How do you think about that packaging?
How I packed your cards, right? You know what? I'm giving. I sent you something like that, I would fucking neck myself, mate. And you're buying these cards. People should need respect, like the tightness, the devotion that we have in this, as you can see around me. You know what I mean? Like, some people that might be joining in. Guys, we fucking are all fucking in. We are. Toe, you are sitting there at midnight. I get my staff to look up a whole day of work. You know what I mean? Instead of making money, instead of sleeping, you're there. Look at our shit, man. And that, bro, that would suck dicks. When you get your cards from me...
Not just one. It would suck dicks.
Yeah.
It sucked. Yeah, no, I was really hard. I was really upset about this because I don't have any Sergey autos, and I try my best to represent a lot of the fight card, spread my collection, make my slideshows, and it's just a way of hyping up the fights for myself and others. And how sad is it to see a 1 out of 10 in the world just so fucking beat up? So
just have to bend it back.
I'm going to reach out to Topps and see if there's any way they could do a reprint and re-sign of the card. I don't know that they would. But in notice, it still has the redemption label across the top. So this was a redemption auto that had to be sent in auto.
Redemption?
Yeah.
I've got a 101. You saw that 101 redemption. I've been waiting 4 weeks for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, man. That's a big one. But no, not to take away your breakdown. Sorry, I just we are bets, trading cards, gossip, news, UFC predictions, all that. But trading cards is a big part of it too. And what a fucking piece of shit. So, anyways, brother, go ahead and give me the breakdown on this one.
I talk about cards too, so let me finish. I love talking about cards as well because this is what cards. So I got a 1 of 1, Sergey. Right now at PSA, Dusty's in control of all my cards. Right, he's got all 21 of my best set of hidden gems, but I've got a 1 Sergey. I looked in my room today. See my room? I was looking for 1 Sergey card. I was like, that's the only one I've got, and it's at the PSA. But now back to the breakdown. Serg, I am done with you, Waldo, Cortez, Costa, Waldo, fine Waldo. Basically, that's what he is. Sergey, I've got a round 1 or 2. Round 1, actually, if I want to be totally specific about this.
He's got the death touch. He's got a death touch.
He touches people, you die. Okay? It's just that plain and simple. The only man to ever fucking avoid that was the greatest heavyweight champion which will be to ever exist. And it's not John Jones, because he's the greatest light heavyweight champion. Tom Aspinall is the greatest heavyweight and will be the greatest heavyweight champion to exist. So to all you guys out there, look at us, me and Toad. Buy that shit now, because Tom Aspinall is going to be worth a lot of fucking money. But with that being said, Sergey is going to finish Waldo Costa, and it is done.
So let's dive into the fight a little better, though. I want to say that, I agree with you, Sergey. He's likely to get the death touch, but how does this look? Costa, he's been very comfortable with his jab on the feet, and it's because, in all respects, for the guys he's not wrestling, wanting to keep the fight on the ground against, like to Spain, he is out here jabbing at a distance, and motherfuckers are just so fat and out of shape and tired that Costa, he's a good 15-minute fighter. He's a good dog. He'll give you his fucking money's worth in the past, at least for 15 minutes. And some heavyweights, all they got is 5 minutes. Tai fucking Tuivasa. Right now, at least, I don't even think he can make 165 again, to be honest. But Sergey is one of these motherfuckers. He's got that one-hitter quitter. And it's been a tough go for him the last few fights, sure. I mean, we weren't impressed with what we saw in his fight with Rosenstrike. I think he could have stayed on the feet, kept at range, and worked apart Biggie Boy. But I also thought that was him wanting to play it safe. And in this fight, Costa's going to want to play it safe. Costa's going to be the one that I think will want to take the fight to the ground, because we know historically when Sergey is grappled on, as we saw with Volkov early in his career with Alistair Overeem, you just take away his weapons. You take away that threat, especially if you tire on him. He could be back on the feet in the third round. Yeah, you still got to watch out for him. But man, does he lose his steam after 10 minutes. So the game plan from Acosta is simple. He's not going to want to be on the feet. He's got a good jab, but I'm not really confident in everything else that he has. Just because you can knock out Ryan Spann, to me, doesn't mean shit. That guy's a light heavyweight that wasn't working out for him, and he's older and more vet. He decided to come up to heavyweight to have a go, hoping he would be able to implement grappling, which is a weak spot for so many heavyweights. And Costa's, he's well-rounded enough to be able to survive that adversity and put him out. He's not going to have the same success with Sergey in the feet, mark my words. I got this fight to end by a knockout, so it doesn't matter who, just needs to end by a knockout, because I wasn't super impressed with Sergey's line. I know he's a round one finisher more times than not, but I just thought the prop was so safe with fight to end by knockout. It represents both sides of the gunfight. So we're either going to cash that, or we're going to see another sloppy, weird exchange of grappling by neither guy who's able to get it finished from there. And it is what it is. It will coast off as a decision. A lot of us will lose money, and a lot of us will be sad that this fight didn't really spark off with fireworks. But I'm with Lethal, and I say that we do get fireworks, we do get sparks, and it's coming from Sergey Pavlovich. The dude, minus Tom Aspinall, it was absolutely streaking, and I was so fucking nervous for Tom, and the fact that Tom was the one that got touched first and slightly wobbled, I had that just fear of like, oh my fucking God, this guy doesn't have to put full steam on his jab, and it's hurting people like Derek Lewis. It's hurting everybody. So I don't see Waldo Costa being immune to it, but you do got to recognize that Acosta's never been knocked out. So could the death touch be it?
Costa's going to wrestle this fight. This is why it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
Sergey, it's going to be opposite. Sergey, he knows what he's walking. Goddamn fucking hammer crane.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps on forgetting, and this is the thing about for fucking Aspinall. Sergey, 8-fight win streak, destroying everyone. He was the man. Tom Aspinall shut a lot of people down, and he will for the rest of his life. To know. Sergey didn't lose against a guy. Sergey lost against a future GOAT of the heavyweight division. Is going to have more defenses than Stipe.
Yeah, I told myself during that fight, Lethal, that for me, that was the main title fight of the division. That was the title fight. That was the big one. That was your John Jones versus Tom, because Sergey is next to Tom Aspinall and below nobody else. He's had a few tough goes. He's going to come back in this fight and remind everybody that he's a threat, and I reckon he gets back to the top of the food chain. We might see Tom Aspinall run it back with Sergey if he starts streaking another 2 knockouts.
I would like to see that.
Volkov is in this picture, though. I do want to say that Volkov and Tom Aspinall too likely happens as well, and that's because he was fucked out of his fight with Gane. It shouldn't be serial Gane fighting Tom, but they like that it's Gane because it's at least a new face for the streaking champion. So that's all.
Volkov still has transitioned back to his not to his wrestling roots, because they never had, but he's using jiu-jitsu. He's using clinches to get to the ground. He's using those transitions. He's deciding not to be a stand-up fighter. Even though he's the world kickboxer, or used to be a world kickboxing champion, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's deciding to be an MMA fighter. And when he uses his skills, you're seeing a different side of Volkov. You're seeing a different skill set. And that's why everyone's going, oh.
I like it. I think he's a great complete fighter. But yeah, kind of circling back to this one, I think it's safe to say Sergey by finish, Sergey by knockout, Sergey first round. Book it. Going into the co-main event, we got Brian Ortega taking on the Funk Master Aljamain Sterling. Let's see what T-City's got, because this is a pretty tough go for Ortega. You saw that he was interested in, you know, moving weight classes, not working out for him at featherweight, maybe even wanting to go to lightweight at one point in time. He was going to pull out of his fight with Diego Lopez, I think it was. And it ended up happening. It ended up getting rescheduled or whatever it was for the Noche card. But Ortega was not looking forward to that fight. And I think he's kind of at a career where between his 2-loss streak, his really sloppy win against Rodriguez, where he came out and almost did a Chris Barnett, even though it was really called the Brian Ortega, because he was the one who started this whole fucking dumb shit off, where he comes out, stretches his legs, jumps up and down, brings his knees up to his chest, and comes and lands down on his fucking ankle, twisting his ankle, limping as the fight started against someone as dangerous as Yair Rodriguez. And Yair is so fucking terrible, he still couldn't get the fight done. He's got the kickboxing, he's got all the weapons at range, he's got those dirty fucking kicks. And T-City is a dog. T-City's tough, and that's what he's known for. He's another one of those guys who's known to be tough. And if you fuck up late enough in the fight, he's got good enough cardio and stamina to be able to hit the gas pedal back, even though his car is quite crashed, and fuck your shit up too. Aljamain Sterling, he's the backpack man. He's the master of controlling the chaos and getting the fight into his realm. But you have to admit, his scramble at Mavzar was absolutely fucking beautiful. He's showing that even though he's coming up in weight, he's still live. He doesn't have to cut as much weight, which is a huge factor, and his energy, his stamina. What you do have to wonder is, man, Sugar had that perfectly placed shot that just fucking ended everything for him, right? Took his belt away, took away a pretty good win streak he had accrued up to that point. Here we are. Brian Ortega, he can survive gunshots, he can survive a bazooka barrage by Diego Lopez and wake up on impact from the fall and catch himself and stay in a fight. So it's hard to count T-City out physically from impact, and Aljamain Sterling's not really that kind of guy when it comes to striking. Do you truly believe that either man is capable of submitting the other, given how good each guy is? Do you think it happens? I don't either. I think this fight goes to the judges. I think over 2.5 is a safe prop. I'm going to give you my final prediction, but I want Lethal to take it away, so he has no biasism from me. Who do you got?
Brother, I love both fighters, okay?
Yep.
Both fighters. Fan of both. Crazy shit going on here as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
One of the most exciting... Dude, this fight excites me. Should have been a main card fight.
I thought the same with Eljo and Mavzar. I wanted to see that over 25. And had we done so, it would have been insane.
Did you know this is a 5-round fight?
Is it?
Yes. Check.
Let's see.
What?
Yeah, no, you're right. It is. Yeah, 5x5. Yep. All right.
Breaking from Australia. 5-round fight.
Interesting.
Now, you want to hear my perspective, right? Because I've been doing it. I told you I've been doing it. So it's a 5-round fight.
Your mic keeps cutting out, but I got you.
Sorry, it's
No,
a
you're
5-round fight. It's a 5-round fight, which my research. Now, let's get back to the fight in a sec. I love to do my research, right? This is an interesting fight. This is one of the biggest fights on the card. For me, the biggest fight on the card. All right? This is a contender fight. And not that they're contenders, but I think Aljo's more of a contender than Ortega. So, what I did see on the gossip side, because I love to talk about gossip here, right? MMA. Aljo is complaining that he's not getting paid for a 5-round fight. He said we both have the same managers, and I think I should get paid for the extra 2 rounds. Now, I agree with that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go back to my odds, because I do all the research. I'm looking at everything here. Every single corner of information that I can gather, apart from the bookies, to see where am I going to take this fight. A crazy fight, which I totally agree with you. Who's submitting who? Like, literally.
I mean, over the course of 5 rounds, that does open up for a late finish, but I'm still confident that the fight goes over 2.5 rounds, even more so now. So,
5 rounds. I'm taking. Now, this is the only problem I've had with Aljo, and this is only one Aljo card. That's a 5/5 select. Green 2022, just fucking hanging. Love the Aljo. Nice little bookend. Got it really cheap back in the day when everyone decided he was a piece of shit. I never thought he was a piece of shit. I never think he will be a piece of shit.
I don't think he's a piece of shit, but I do think that he lost Jan too, because I had Piotr Jan 1, 3, and 5. Or sorry, 1, 4, and 5, and Aljamain backpacked for 2 and 3.
Over a 5-round fight. Now, this is the problem I'm having. Did he expect a 3-round fight? Because Aljo said on his card, I have the same manager as Ortega. I didn't want a 3-round fight. A 5-round fight. I wanted a 3-round fight. I don't know who organized it, but I have to go with the flow. So this answers my question. Aljo, are you ready for a 5-round fight? Is that what Ortega wanted? There's things going behind the scenes, man. I've been watching this shit, and it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird that he's complaining about money.
Yeah, he doesn't need money. He's got fucking rum money. He's got that Jamaican rum money.
And Ortega. Now look at Ortega. Oh my god, man. Good looking fucking dude. I really fucking love that cunt. He's fucking awesome, dude. Man.
I like both of these guys a lot. I like that Aljo grew on me, and like you said, Ortega, man, like from the rip, you have respect for these guys. Ortega is live in all the fights that he's losing. Like our favorite Ortega moment isn't a victory of his. It's how close he got to drowning Volkanovski in that fucking submission. That is the T-City moment where the whole world was fucking on their feet, screaming at the TV, screaming in the arena, losing their fucking shit. And you have to remember, Ortega didn't really lose until he started losing, right? This guy was also one of these guys, had damn near a perfect record coming in, had all that sensation and expectation, and absolutely delivered. So it's been a tough go for him. It's been a lot more back and forth, and we're seeing his personal interest in the love of MMA kind of wilt a little bit, you know. I wasn't impressed during the Noche card, during the breakdown of that fight, that we're watching Ortega grind the fuck out of Fortnite while Diego...
What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, dude? I wasn't impressed that Ortega was playing Fortnite more than his fucking son was. While Diego's out here throwing bombs on pads and, you know, his hair's fucking flopping around. He's just looping boom, boom, boom. Because that's exactly how the fight started, and it gave, like, the best opening impression ever of, like, yup, here we go again. Ortega starting off rusty. Aljamain, he's calculated. He sits back at range. He's not super active in the first round. He's downloading you. I think if Ortega could get fucking scrappy and be the one to make this fight not comfortable for Aljamain, it would open up opportunities in the striking department. Yes. I like Ortega striking more than Aljamain striking, right? Yes. That's what it comes down to. And so Ortega, over 5 rounds, has so many opportunities to fucking set something beautiful up, but I don't think he should really allow Aljamain to just, grapple on him, wrestle on him, because Aljamain is smart. He's sitting off the hip like he did against Calvin Kattar at 300 and everybody else, man. He's the backpack. He will not put himself in too many situations where Ortega can even threaten a submission, in my honest opinion. Now, the triangle and armbar, that has a chance all day, right? But I think Aljo's too smart and recognizes that. He's not going to give it to T-City. T-City's not going to get to be T-City. But I think he could win the fight with his striking. So, over 5 rounds, who you got?
Dude, Trinity, close that back door. Mate, look, I'm Aljo. This fight seems exciting on paper. They call the matchmakers the greatest fucking matchmakers in the world. This is a grappling match with 2 people that strike differently. Okay? One strikes like Tim Elliott. He strikes in such an awkward way to be able to get into those transitions, which he needed to. Like DDP does, you know what I mean? And then you got Ortega, who's got sort of like decent fucking boxing. His boxing's pretty fucking straight up from the Mexican boxing school of 101, I did see Ortega get absolutely destroyed by Max Holloway. So, you know what I mean? But then Max is a different level of boxing. To cut it short, it was a really hard fight to pick. This is one of those ones that people's parlays, I believe. Mine, yours, everyone's, right?
Yeah.
We might have got the rest right. This is that one. This is that stupid one. So with that stupid parlay, I'm taking my boy Aljo. 5 rounds, though. 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Aljo gets this done in round 4 or 5 by sub.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see the late round finish by either guy. I think it would be exciting for both of them because sadly we're at a point in both guys' careers where more times than not we're going to the judges. I know Aljo, he had the finish against Dillashaw, which I was just laughing to myself about because I know Dillashaw had that pre-existing injury, his shoulder injury and things that kind of really opened up in that fight. Well, isn't that fucking ironic? Because we also know somebody else who has an injury just like that, and it's Brian Ortega. So if this fight ends up going to the fucking ground, which it will plenty times, and they're going to be iron on iron, sharpening each other with these grappling exchanges and getting back to the feet and peeling away and resetting, and yeah, it could be more of a cardio fight, a stamina fight, which I understand from Aljamain's standpoint. I want to do just 15. And then he's got an insane gas tank at that point to be all gas, no brakes with the grappling. But he does worry because late in the fight, it's going to look one of 2 ways. Ortega's had a clinic on the feet and has really fucking chopped away at Aljamain Sterling and hurt Aljamain Sterling where, man, it's not looking good for him. Or we're going to see, just like with Movzar, Sterling be a fucking absolute monster and be live in this fight, accumulating his own takedowns and control time, making this close. I don't see this one being a split decision. I do see it being a unanimous decision, but it's a coin flip. Do you believe that with T-City's jiu-jitsu and grappling prowess, he's able to stay on the feet where we expect him to win? Or is the pressure of Aljamain, the backpack, the control, the calculation good enough to say, hey, I got you in the back, T-City, and he takes it 3-2 instead? Obviously, you're signing Aljamain. I'm going Aljamain. but we'll wait and see. I'm going to be looking at live props in this because it can change so fucking quickly in this fight.
I think he said he lost his heart, and I'm going to say this because I love the war. I tell you, I watch everything. I watch everything about every fighter. Till I have to catch up on these young ones like today. But in theory, every day I get up every day, and I've been since he broke up with Cortez. You break up with a chick, you miss someone, your life goes down. He's lost. He was there, and then the Volk fight. The Volk fight. Can you imagine being 1 second and 1 second?
Yeah.
1 second away. Imagine reliving that in your head every night. I bet you Volk still fucking lives in his headspace.
Oh, 100%.
That was his belt that night. We were just talking. That was his belt.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened.
It's because Volkanovski swims with sharks and prepares himself for that moment. Yeah.
But that lives in his head. So he hasn't come back from Volk. He hasn't come back from Ortez. He's had a fucking bit of a fucking run personally. I follow him. So I watch all this shit. Everyone has a bad day at work. Aljamain Sterling is trying to get the belt back. He wants it back.
He was eager about the top rank positions again. He was eager about top ranks again because that really faded him, right? He lost to Sugar. He went from being champ, transitions weight class. You know, some champions, they get a decorated welcoming when they transition weight classes, like Ilya. Hey, you're the champ, of course, still, but hey, here you go. You're at the top. You're at the top. Aljamain did not start at the top. He started with Calvin Kattar, and it was very fucking boring, and it helped keep him lower in the rankings, and it's been a slow grind since. But even though he lost his last fight, it was a win for Aljamain Sterling. Because we took a guy, much like Diego Lopez did, that says, man, that guy's a problem. That guy could be fighting Volk, and yeah, he's undefeated. You know, Movsar Evloev is an issue. And Sterling made that fight fucking interesting all the way till the end. And yeah, you have an Ortega that's just never been the same, both in his loss in the octagon, things going on in his personal life, and just that spark has been literally dwindling down. I wasn't a fan of the one-of-one opportunity to fight at the Sphere, and every fucking vlog of UFC is we're hanging out in his son's bedroom playing Fortnite. So much like Cyril Gane hanging out playing FIFA soccer instead of learning how to grapple, here we are again. I don't know if T-City's been able to turn this corner and is able to be hungry and want to prove anything more. I think he's just kind of realized, I was once there, I didn't get it. I'm here for the paychecks. I think T-City, yeah.
You lost me at the word Cyril Gane, brother. That's where you lost me. I was all intrigued as soon as you said those two stupid words, Cyril and Gane. Oh, when we get to that pay-per-view, oh my God, everyone watching, watch how I'm going to fucking destroy that guy.
You don't need to, because I'm going to beat you to the punch. I have a vendetta against Cyril Gane. I absolutely do.
Tom Aspinall might as well just get out of bed without training and bed like, oh my God.
He just shouldn't be fighting the fucking champion because he didn't deserve it. He lost to Volkov. He won by a robbery. And the guy hasn't improved in any aspects of the area he sucks in, which Tom will absolutely fucking exploit him worse than Jones did.
You know what? I would say this. If they are that bored, all right? If they are that bored, when Tai Tuivasa knocked out Derek Lewis, right, and got to number 3 in the world, Tom Aspinall called out Tai Tuivasa after his win. Literally. England versus Australia.
Yep.
Now that excites me more, even though Tai, big fat cunt that can't grapple, right? I'm not being biased here. Tom Aspinall, once upon a time, back in the day, called out the number 3 in the world, Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa was a dickhead. He should have taken that fight because he should have, because now you'll never get that fight.
Nobody's signing that line with Tom for obvious reasons.
I know, but Cyril Gane, fuck. Tai Tuivasa, the guy that's Aspel called out once. And Australia, and don't forget, Australia and England pretty much have a massive relation. That's where they send all their prisoners, right? Like, we're their little whores over here. We got that's the first island, mate. Not alligator Alcatraz. It's called Australia, brother. We're surrounded by sharks, cunt. We can't run down the street without a snake fucking bite us or a spider fucking kill us. The English did really well. They sent us alligator. But you know what happened? We turned into a multi-$100 billion fucking cool country, man, eh? Alligators are cool. Spiders are awesome. We just gotta live with nature, bro.
Speaking of nature, we got the mountain tiger taking on Johnny Walker. Lethal, give me your prediction on this final fight so we can wrap up the video and talk about all the shit outside your house trying to kill you on a daily basis.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. I've already predicted this. I've done this in my head. Johnny Walker. If you come out like you first fought before you moved to Ireland and decided to train with Sean Kavanagh, right, and live in Ireland, if you come out and first fought with that natural instinct of flair, unexpected, you are point fighting now. And that's why you're getting knocked out. Because Sean Kavanagh in Ireland has told you, this is how you need to fight. You are that dude. You are that dude that, you are so special like Ilya Tapuri. You didn't need anyone to teach you to fight. You were really fucking cool. And then someone decided to teach you not to be cool. You know what? So.
But that's not what happened. Johnny Walker was set to be a fucking sensation. He got a big win and started doing the fucking worm, Lethal. He did the worm.
Oh, yeah. He did the worm.
And fucked up his whole fighting career.
Yeah. And then he moved to Ireland, trained with Sean Kavanagh, which is Conor McGregor's coach, got married, lives in Ireland, left everything. Everything. Life changed. If you could go back to the dude before all of that, if you could come back as Johnny Walker, I've got you TKO all day. With the flying knees, the elbows. Zhang's coming in with just fucking boxing, man. Zhang's really...
He's coming in with kickboxing, and those legs are fucking huge, heavy, chunky weapons. Do you see the size of the legs of Ming Yang?
It is China. It is the event. This is the guy Dana White promoted and killed Anthony Smith with. Right? Dana White killed Anthony Smith literally with this guy.
And Ozzy Diaz and Brenson Ribeiro.
It's killed them.
And so to UFC Tuco. The fight with Tuco, I thought aged pretty good too, because Tuco's actually kind of tough.
He's getting killed this weekend. Dana White is sick of the 3 knockouts. You can do whatever you want. He wants his flying fucking Brazilian back, who was exciting. Now, if his brother can motivate him, 3-fight win streak, and like some sort of blood thing can go on and go, just be yourself. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but skill for skill, Johnny Walker, you are losing this fight. Unless you decide to grapple like your brother and decide to do it. I don't know what's going to happen. I gotta go fucking the Chinaman. I've got to go Zhang, dude.
Yeah. So I like Mountain Tiger a lot. I think Mountain Tiger, he's one of these guys that It will be a problem for anybody in the division on the feet, just based on his ability to start low, sit at range. If you come in blitzkrieg, he's waiting, counter shot ready. Like, this guy loads up and has immense power, but it's not that he's just a striker. As I said early in the video, one of his first loves was his grappling, was his wrestling, and he can hunt a submission. He's actually quite good off the ground. What's beautiful about the matchup here is so is Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker obviously has good jiu-jitsu. Just, we don't really see it a lot for Johnny because he struggled so much on the feet, being able to absorb those gunfights and see the fight transition to the ground where he's simply not losing the fight. So Walker, he's lucky that he's in this division that gives him a chance every time the fight starts, where these guys have long, rangy weapons. Walker is one of the most gifted physiques in fucking MMA, and we just don't quite see at this level how it delivers. And he's going into this motive saying, I once upon a time thought I was everything until I wasn't. I found my place in the rankings. He wants to be the first person to show Mingyang Zhang that there are levels to this, and kind of humble Zhang, because he does see Zhang right now where Walker once was early in his career. So it's not like Walker's going out with inspirations to be a champion. It's not that he comes out expecting to be at the top again. He just wants to come out at this point and take on some of these young guys and start to resume that gatekeeper role a bit in a way and say, I was once you. Let me show you what I've learned over the years of getting my ass beat. So I like this fight under 1.5. I have it part of a parlay that I absolutely fucking hammered with Sergey. That fight to end by knockout, respecting that maybe we don't get a first round or second round knockout due to some grappling exchanges. But I do have that one ending by knockout and this one under 1.5. Only because the prop for knockout was so terrible, like plus 500. And the idea that Walker shouldn't have a game plan to win a striking exchange on the feet by a knockout in this fight. Like you said, if he's smart, he should be working with his brother, transitioning takedowns, try to get Zhang to his back and try to do what he can from the ground there. It's just, again, Zhang will not be easy to take down, and you can certainly expect some shit being hammered off to the side of the head of Walker. We've already seen him clubbed and fucking subbed, you know what I mean? Like, he's done it too to Paul Craig. Sometimes at this division, with those weapons, the ranginess, how much snap they have, given the fact that every one of these guys is well over 6'2" typically. You could be bouncing on one leg and still eat a fucking shot over the top, a long looping hook that just sends you to the Shadow Realm. So my official prediction is Mingyang Zhang. Fight by finish is the safest thing you could say, but the props are so shit. Do you got it under the first two? If you fade this idea, you could go over 1.5 and make a nice little bag on the night. So we're both riding with Zhang. We're in China. The Mountain Tiger's hungry, and Dana White is going to get Walker knocked the fuck out and then kick him out of the arena in just his trunks again out on the streets of China.
Like Brian Battle got kicked out today. Dana White not fucking around, dude.
Yeah, well, different circumstances. I meant more so the time Johnny Walker fought and they kicked him out of the arena, which I'm pretty sure was in Vegas. Johnny Walker fought, they kicked him outside, had no clothes on, and that was that. Brian Battle missed weight twice severely, and no, you can't transition to welterweight to middleweight, which is 15 pounds up, and miss weight by nearly 5 pounds. That's a big fuck you to them. They got him out of there.
Cutting threads, brother. You're not fucking around. Johnny, you've had a few knockouts. We loved you 3 years ago. You're not cool now. If you become cool, we'll get you back in. And how to become cool? Use those stupid skills that you do have. The man that we saw, that fucking stunned us all when you first came in, even his name's...
Honestly, though, like, light heavyweight has, like, a good, like, top fucking 30, a top 30 list of dudes that Walker fits in. There's all kinds of matchmaking you could do with Walker, honestly. But yeah, to your point, it's been tough to watch lately. As someone who like used to like this guy a lot too.
Yeah. So I will say this: I've got Zhang, but I'm only spending $150 this week and not $3 because I only got my money back. Fuck Christ, right? I hate fucking losing, and you know what? What I even hate is breaking even, because I don't spend all this time and research to break even, and I don't expect our fans to come in and break even too. So I apologise for last week on my end, because that was fucked, man. And I'm going to tell you, no one got... Alright? Go on Instagram now and check anyone... A full winning 5-card parlay. Everyone had Azakura. Everyone had this. Everyone had that. But what I will say is I'm going to redeem myself this week, gang. This is the real deal. I'm going back to my fucking, with me and the toe, where we were fucking, we had a week off, we broke, and you know what, people would say, yo, you guys broke, that's not good enough for us, toe. Breaking even's not good enough. We need to make money.
I did make money last week. We had the plus 2,500 prop with Tim Elliott, round 2 submission hammer. And then we had the cycle parlay and the prelim hit with Michelle, knockout, Elliott submission, and the fight with Serzer not to go the distance. Thank God I didn't do knockout because it hit by submission. So those were 2 props that were plus 2,000 plus that I hit. The parlay I put a little more on than the Elliott submission because I didn't quite honestly think it was going to happen, and it looked pretty good, and we absolutely hit it. So it was sick.
So I'm going to say, I broke even. I went the same props, different direction, because me and you don't share we do our shit, but we change our day right there. On the day of the fights, everything changes.
What we do is we bet on lines that the bookies disrespect. Yeah. So I didn't tell you my pick was Elliott because I didn't pick Elliott. My pick was Asakura, but I bet on Elliott because the props were so fucking bad against them. And that's just, hey, welcome to MMA sports betting for all those just tuning in. You don't have to pick somebody to bet on them. Watch those lines. If they get disrespectful, bet on the opposition. You're going to walk away happy either way. Did you win a pick or did you win money? Sometimes you get to do both. Not always do you get to. That's MMA for you, though.
Last week, I broke everyone even. My partner too made people money. Between us, we do pretty good. We picked the same shit. We slightly went... I just went by submission. I never picked a round. I followed that stupid hype man, you know. And I'm not doing it anymore. Tim Elliott is a great fighter. I should have fucking... My missus picked it. And guess what she does, Toad? She does no research. Yeah. She does no studies like me and you. She just sat back and has watched his with me. And went, I don't know who that guy is, but I like Tim Elliott. She picked it.
Sure, he's a good dog.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so sometimes you just got to sit back and... What I'm going to say, everyone, you can watch it. And this is sometimes where I fall into toe. I'll sit back and watch 1,000 other people give picks, right? You see them on Instagram, and I'll watch, oh, those guys must be smarter than me, and they must be cooler. But you know what I decided after last weekend? Because I'm going back to me. I'm fucking the fucking coolest cunt. I'm the fucking dog. You're the dog. We're the dogs. Fucking dogs can't.
I was thinking to myself, I made you change from Lonar to Charles Johnson, and here you are. We're not going back down this road. No, I'm not picking emotionally.
At least I sit back and go, you know what? Your analysis of that fight made me change. Looking at the fucking fights, Joshua Van made me change. I forgot he beat Joshua Van.
Oh, so that's his best one, man. That's his best one.
Yeah. And this is why it's called during our pod. So all the people watching now, they can sit back and go, who's who? I'm going to throw you this. Even I'm changing, but couple of my picks. You've had a good day on my picks. We sort of sometimes, not on all of them, but on some of them, we might actually sit back and go, like Ortega and Sterling. We'll go back to the actual card. Like, that's the fucking fight, dude.
Yeah. No, it changes everything over 5 because I think Aljo's pressure is really good right now at 15 minutes, but against someone like Ortega, I don't know that he's able to grapple, and if it comes down to Aljamain Sterling, who likely wouldn't submit Ortega going into 20 minutes and 25 minutes, dude, Ortega has a late chance of actually hurting Aljo in this fight due to him not being much on the feet. So that's a very interesting fight, but I still like Sterling. I think he gets it done.
All day, brother.
His heart's in it more. He's definitely more determined, I'd say, and that's a big part of it too. Where's your heart at?
Mate, I'm Sterling all day. Sorry, Ortega. I think this is dinner when the UFC. Hey, look, like any employment agency, you can't have everyone there. Ortega had a moment, he's there. Aljo still wants that moment. He's a Ray Longo dude. I love the fuck, and he used to be Ray Sarah, but we know what happened. They're still mates, but remember when Aljo and Matt Serra were fucking, and then Aljo fucking bailed Matt Serra to train with fucking and not have him in the corner. That was the day, because I'm a big Matt Serra fan, and I'm a big jiu-jitsu fan. I love jiu-jitsu. I believe everything ends up on the ground. My stepdaughter is doing jiu-jitsu. She does MMA. If you're going to get raped, the guy's going to throw you in the ground. You fuck that shit up, man. You know what I mean? Aljo all day, 5 rounds.
That's another drink, everybody, playing the game. That's another drink.
I said right.
No, I agree. Aljamain Sterling has a good chance in this. I'm not sitting here like he's a 3-1 favorite. I respect it a little tighter than that, but I'd say, Aljamain definitely gets it done. I want to see Ortega maybe work his way further down the rankings and resume that gatekeeper role eventually, if that's what he really wants to do. So, anyways,
I see Ortega leaving the UFC within a year. This is his end fight.
Yeah.
This is his end fight.
If he wanted the money, he could, but he doesn't seem devoted to it. Wanted to show this one to you, Lethal. This one just came in. This is my old man Folk out of 99.
Is that numbered?
Yeah, out of 99.
I've got the base card of it.
It's a beautiful, fucking hilarious card, so.
I've got the base card of it in my back shelf, right? Okay. There.
Yeah, it's nice.
Oh, dude.
Love this one.
Time. Come on, you gotta throw me that card. I'm fucking collection.
I wanted that card so fucking bad when I first saw the preview of it, because they debuted the Chrome series with that card as like part of the insert for that, and I was like, oh my god, old man Volk card, like every collector's got to have one of those, you know what I mean?
I've got one right here, look.
I'm glad you do. It's such a fucking great card.
I bought it from a box.
Hell yeah. Ripping
yeah,
one
but
would
it's
be
not
even
numbered.
cooler yet.
It's just the base. You've got the number one.
Yeah. I may have the insert as well, just the standard base, but no, I saw this go up as an auction and absolutely hammered it. Got a pretty good deal on it. I think I got it for $15 US. But I wanted it in my collection, man. It's such a beautiful, hilarious card. I like that it's green for Australia as well. Volk, he wears his green trunks.
I showed you this one.
Oh yeah, the Let's Go is huge. Yeah, nice. Love it.
A pretty cool one, man.
All right, well, Shit, man, we did it. We clocked it at about an hour and 50 minutes, just about. So, anything you want to wrap up with before we cut the stream?
Well, brother, I want to say to everyone out there, man, we have cut down 4 hours to 3. It took us like 2 months. Me and Toad have been fucking working quirks and shit. We're getting close. I hope you enjoyed the picks. This time I've picked my picks. We're here. Toad's done his picks. Everything changes on the day. Either Toad's going live or me.
You're cutting out a little bit. Move your device. I think what you were saying there was everything could change on the day of the weigh-ins, and that's very true too. So, no picks official until the fight starts, but these are what we feel now. Obviously, as someone has a bad cut, you'll see the trend of these bets and everything transition. So.
Look at these three. Sterling. Borges. Kevin Borges. I'm locking him in.
Borjas, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, look, Borges, not Borges. In Australia, we say Borges, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm locking in Charles Johnson. These are my long shots. So I'm only locking. So my dogs are going to be Borjas, Kevin Borjas, Charles Johnson, and Kyle Dorcas.
Yeah, those are some.
They're my 3 long shots.
Yeah.
I think those 3 are going to knock it in the head. I know there's going to be 3 pick long shots.
I think Long Zhao has
Who's
a
yours?
chance early in the card to pull an upset, like I was saying, but I don't like his prop right now, so I might wait until he loses like the first round or so and see what that long prop looks like. But I do think Long Zhao early, the second fight on the card, could pull an upset. Just we'll have to see how Yu shows up. I think Kyle's a great dog because Michelle will show up and potentially beat himself. He's fucking clown shoes when he's off, so he's not a bad one there. Johnson against Lohner's a good dog. It's just Lohner's. We have a lot of belief that this guy's ceiling is above quite yet, and that's not a disremark to Johnson. It's just, I think Lohner will be one of those trending. One of those trending flyweights. They have all kinds of amazing prospects, and now we see Joshua Van at the top fighting Pantoja. So the activity goes a long way with Dana White. If you're a yes man stepping in, wanting to fight, he'll give you better opportunities. Still a good in between with Young and Machate. I think that fight's a good back and forth one. Machate, I think, is a great dog. So there's another one of mine there. I think Super Saiyan kills Crosby. I think Borjas is a great dog against Simadari because, Borjas is, I don't know. More people on Tapology have Kevin, but the odds suggest he's a slight dog. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
Great dog there. Understandably, if you want to assume that Waldo's going to be able to grapple Sergey, and Sergey's declining and he's lost that it factor, not a bad dog there, but I'm going Sergey by knockout. And from a betting standpoint, fight to end by knockout for either men, it's like a negative 180 prop I got that shit at, so I'll take that all day. And we gave you a good breakdown on the co-main and the main, both going with Sterling and Zhang, but both guys are capable of showing up too. We'll see what these look like, but that's going to do it for us. What do you got?
No, before I go. Like, subscribe, comment, you fuckers, man. All right. Share this shit out to people, because Toad and I are here till we die. Alright? And we are doing this. Whether Toad's there doing his moving, or whether I'm going to a funeral, do you know what we're going to do? Someone's going to be running Toad MMA. Right? We've got, this channel is up and running and done. We're going to have backups, because we're not shutting down, are we, Toad? We're going all in for this shit. So we've got a backup called Big Dusty. shoot out to you, you're about to join. Because you know what? Some people get sick. Some people have to do shit. But this channel, whether it's me or Toad or Dusty, or someone else that we select.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's not even like one specific person. We have so many people that at some point have reached out and showed interest and wanted to tap in. So whether it's Dusty behind the scenes, working with Lethal, like he said, during the time of moving, that's great. I just know that we have so many people that have expressed interest that over time we're absolutely hoping to rotate a little bit of everybody so that everyone has a chance to be part of the show, give us their breakdowns, and we'll certainly make it like, all right, we don't need to go through an entire breakdown unless we want to have a three-way longer stream, probably 2-3 hours it would take for three of us to give our true opinion, back and forth banter. But if you wanted to legitimately go through this fight on a main card, I reckon we could honestly do quick little 30-minute segments where someone's able to hop on and enjoy themselves, and maybe rotate a couple in a single night. So once I get moved, we'll explore more of that, we'll try more of that, and we'll have more platforms going simultaneously and things like that too. So looking forward to building the community up, and thank you so much for everybody who's reached out to us and has either given us a thumbs up saying love the show, or hey, I want to be part of that however I can. We love you guys, we appreciate you guys, and your time is coming soon.
Breaking news, I'm so excited. It's coming, everyone's coming, but 17-5 card at UFC Australia, Perth. Did you know that?
Yeah, they've been trying to just add everybody to that card, so it's fucking nuts. It was 16, and Dana said, I don't care, we're getting them on that card, so.
I'm looking forward to it. I love you. I love everyone that's coming fucking watching us. Mate, I know I shortened it down for us. I know I did better this week.
Yeah. Hour and 57 minutes, dude. You're killing it. We got it under 4 hours, like you said, so. All right, man. Much love, as always, brother. I had a great time. I'm going to kill the stream here. We could kind of shoot this shit real quick unless you got to go. But for the rest of you guys, much love. Peace.